And some other signs and symptoms to watch out for that are cues and signals your body will send you that you are getting too much fatigue are things such as aches and pains that are not just muscular delayed onset muscle soreness, but things such as shoulder joint pain, neck and back pain, other joint pain, tendon pain, types of aches and pains that you're not supposed to be getting, all right? Not just in the target muscle. Tiredness and excessive need for sleep. If you start to need like 10 hours of sleep a night and a 2-hour nap during the day, or even more than that some days, that's a sign that you are at your MRV or maybe even past it, right? And you're accumulating too much fatigue at that point. Another one is increased recovery time and not feeling exactly ready for your next workout in time for it. Having soreness that's still there, or just not having the energy level that you need for it. That's a sign that you are, again, accumulating too much fatigue. And also number 4, if you have a reduced energy level in other aspects of your life where you normally have energy. Like for me, I'm a heavy metal guitarist, right? And that takes a certain amount of energy. Before that, I was big into percussion. Also requires a certain amount of energy to do drumming. And so I know that I'm accumulating too much fatigue when my performance as a musician is off, right? Or if my performance at work is off psychologically. And so since a lot of you probably aren't musicians, that's something to look for is if you don't have enough mental energy or energy you need for other things at your job. That's a sign that you are accumulating fatigue and not recovering right. Another thing is poor performance in your workouts. When your performance starts to fall off, like I said, that's another sign. Or not feeling 100% yourself, or feeling 100% well, or feeling 100% of anything that you normally do feel at 100%. That can be another sign. Like I will oftentimes, just feel like I'm not myself. I'm not able to behave like myself when I'm too fatigued. Normally I have a certain personality. I'm very extroverted and outgoing. I am very humorous, but you get fatigued and those things aren't present. I kind of turn into a bit of a zombie. Another thing is poor mood. When you are getting fatigued, like I said, there's going to be a psychological component oftentimes. And so the mental fatigue aspect is something you want to look for if you are feeling depressed or down, not as up as you normally are, lacking in the same personality you normally have, or maybe a bit moody, maybe having less emotional stability. These are signs of mental fatigue. And then again, inflammation and little minor injuries, problems with your grip, or your hips can be another area. Loss of strength in certain joints, or experiencing stiffness in them, experiencing low back pain and stiffness. These are all red flags that your body is sending you. And lastly, having your strength fall off. Not being able to continue doing progressive overload anymore because of that fall off. That's a sign that it's time to end your block, right? So these are all the signs and signals to look for that you're accumulating too much fatigue. Make sure you listen to your body when it is communicating these things with you, because that is what physically intelligent people do, and that's something you need to be if you are an athlete, because too much fatigue causes great injury proclivity, and if you continue to train hard while experiencing these symptoms, it will lead to injury, and it could be sooner than you might think, okay? And it also could be worse than you might think and put you out of commission, have much more destructive effects than you might think, all right? So it's better to be more cautious and, just save more progressive overload for the next block. You can always do another block and come in stronger and go further if you have ended this block at the right time rather than pushing yourself too far. And so when you start to notice these signs, it's time for a deload week. But if you have accumulated a lot of fatigue across a number of blocks, or what are called mesocycles, that means it's time for more than just one deload. It means it's time for an extended active rest period. You should be taking an active rest period or an off season like once every year at least, okay? Because after a certain number of mesocycles, there's going to be certain aspects of cumulative fatigue that haven't been recovering in your deload weeks and are continuing to add up over the course of the training year. And what's going to happen is if you continue to accumulate systemic fatigue and push yourself harder and harder, there are going to be consequences.